All right, welcome everyone. My name's Nadia, Chaney, and I'm going to moderate this amazing panel here. And we are going to talk about this book. And first I want to start with the title. I want to introduce the book a little bit before even I introduce the panel, because I think this book is kind of like a person of its own. It really has a life, and even my own experience reading it was an experience of revelation. So first of all, the title, it says, when we thrive, our world thrives. But if you really think about what that means, let that settle in for a second. Just think about it. When we thrive, our world thrives. To me, that's a very complex statement. It's not obvious because that we is very complex. Who is that we? There are people, I think, on this planet, possibly in this room, certainly in this city, that thrive outside of the notion of we. Oh, how lovely. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so think about that, right? And I would love you if you could just for a moment think about your own thriving. I think part of what this book offers us is a chance to ask, what does it mean to thrive? Not to succeed, but to thrive. And think about that in your own life. In which part of your life are you thriving? And in what part, maybe, do you wish you were thriving a little more? And then around that notion, what is the we? What is the ecology of your own thriving? Is it an inheritance? Is it an education? Or is it like a thriving community of love, friendship, respect, dignity, equity, inclusion that allows not only you to thrive, but everyone around you? So that is my experience of Dream a Dream. And my experience of the last 14 years of coming to meet the people at Dream a Dream, which is this incredible NGO that uses arts and sports for young people to thrive, my experience has been so complex. I was like, there's no way I can ever even tell anyone at home I'm from Canada. I can't even tell them what I do at Dream a Dream. It's so complex. And then last year, the day I got here, there was a launch of this book. And I was like, wow. And Connie wasn't there. I was like, who is this Connie who's figured out how to talk about Dream a Dream, the complexity of the ecology and the 23 years of this organization? But then I started leafing through the book and I was like, oh, brilliant. The book is based on the stories of these, I would say, two or three generations of young people going through the organization. That's a great way to approach it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll read these stories. I feel like I probably know some of these stories, right? But then I read the book. And I hope this encourages you to read this book. This book, I've been at the organization, and still the book, I learned so much. Not about Dream a Dream, but about what happens in an NGO that is able and willing to be changed by the young people themselves. And so this is what I got from this book, was this story of an NGO facing itself, actually having to grapple with what it means not to be charitable, but to have to actually face the reality of change in an ecosystem where, as people start to thrive, the environment has to change to meet them. So if you really are about change, then you better be ready to change yourself. And that's what I got from this book. So now let me introduce a little bit, or let me actually ask you to introduce yourselves. Maybe just, could you do this? Tell us how you came to Dream a Dream. Just a little, I know it's a long story for some of you, but just a little bit how you came. And maybe you could all think about this too. It's all about presence. right? It's not about who you were when you wrote the book or who you were when you told the story. It's more like, who are you right now? So I'd love it if you could say, okay, the way I feel right now, if it was something that lights up, it doesn't have to be lit, but something that lights up. Could you tell us, how are you feeling right now? So how did you get to dream a dream? And if the way you feel was something that lights up, what would it be? Can we start with you, Ravana? Thank you.
Hello. Okay. Myself, Ravana. How I get into Dream Dream is that I'm a runaway kid from a small village from Mandya. Unfortunately rescued from an organization called Bosco, Bangalore Oniyavara Seva Kuta. So from there, I get into program, life skills program with a Dream. Vishal and his team used to come and facilitate for us, take us to Lalbagh and spend time, play games, conduct varieties of games for us to engage. Eagerly, we used to wait for that event to happen every weekend. That's how I got into Dream. That motivated and inspired me that I also want to take this kind of event for other young people who are there in the community. In that context, I reached out to Vishal again. I wanted to join the organization, and I joined as an employee and started working with low-cost private schools and other things. Currently, I work with the Department of Karnataka in integrating life skill education in the classroom and work with the different state boards, advocating the importance of life skills young people to overcome adversity and thrive in their fast-changing world.
If the way you feel right now is something that lights up, what would it be?
Feel like a rainbow with a lot of color. Uh, my journey started with the darkness when I get into in the workspace and the environment and the people I met. So everyone added a color to my life. That become a rainbow.
Uh, Hello, everyone. My name is Vishal. I'm one of the 12 founders of Dream a Dream, so that's how I got to Dream a Dream. And the way I'm feeling right now is on top of the mountains, deep in the forest with thousands of fireflies blinking.
Nice. Thank you, Vishal. Raji, would you go next?
Hello, myself Rajeshwari. I'm from Bangalore. I came Dream a Dream when I'm studying second PUC. I came here for to learn basic computer. After that, I learned here beautician course. Thereover, I learned N of the courses thereover. So I choose my career as a beautician and makeup artist. So at present, I'm working as a makeup artist.
If you were something that lights up, how are you feeling right now?
At present, I'm feeling like butterfly because I'm flying now way because I achieved my dream and at present I'm flying.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Connie. I got to Dream a Dream while I was doing a research project for Harvard, and we were asking our Indian partners, who are the people in India enabling young people to thrive beyond academics? And they immediately said Dream a Dream. And so I met Vishal for the first time in January of 20-something, several years ago, and he told the story, the first story that's actually in the book, and I ended up just having tears in my eyes and knew that there was something here that moved me beyond intellect into my heart, and so that was my first connection with Dream a Dream. And I've been in the glow of Dream a Dream for the last week or so, and so I feel like I've just been basking in the sun that is Dream a Dream.
Hello. Thank you all so much. I'd love to get into the question of what it was like for you to experience being part of writing this book. And Raji, could we start with you? So my question for you is this. First, what was it like to encounter Connie? What was it like to tell your story to Connie? And then the second part is, after having told the story, and actually after having seen the book, has there been some change for you in your story? Has there been some change in your experience because of having told your story in this way?
Can she speak in Kannada? Is that okay? Okay. If anyone needs translation, we can come.
ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಬಂದು ಕೋನಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಹತ್ರ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೋರಿನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನರ್ವಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನಂದರೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಬಟ್ ಕೋನಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ತುಂಬ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಲಿಯಾಗಿ ಎಂಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೋರಿನ ಬಂದು ತುಂಬ ನನ್ನ ಬ್ರೋಕನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಿಂದ ತುಂಬ ಪೇಷನ್ಸಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ನ. ನನಗೆ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮುಂಚೆ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ಇವಾಗ ಅಟ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ದೇರ್ ಓವರ್. ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಪ್ರೌಡ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ my past, I never talk with anyone. When I went college, home to college, college to home, I will not mingle with any friends. I will not travel with any friends outside at all. Once 2014, when I enter in Dream a Dream, I mingle with friends. I got some confident. So why I should scare? Whenever I am kept to talk, I will get nervous. Something I will tell wrong. But there will be boost up. First speak. ಅವರು ನನಗೆ ಬಂದು ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಲಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಲೈಫ್ ಶುರು ಆಯಿತು ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡೂ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಡ್ರೀಮ್. I am working many companies like a call center and billing. Then I am working as a maid also. When I am studying 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, I am working with my parents, my mom as a maid. I am thinking why I should work this kind of work. What is my dream? In 2016, in Dream a Dream, they told we are teaching beautician course. I got opportunity. So I learned the beautician course and I picked my dream as a beautician. Basically, I like to groom myself. I like to groom myself. Every person need basic present. So why I should follow my dream as a beautician? So I picked as a beautician. I traveled my dream in 2016 to till 2023. I suffered many ways. Means my own family only put on me. What you are doing? Go some reception work, earn money. Maid also working 15,000, 20,000 earning. What you are doing? I started my career 5,000 salary. At present, I am very happy because without Dream a Dream, I am nothing. Why? Because my life was changed totally in Dream a Dream only. I thank to Mahendra sir, Pavi ma'am and Vishal sir and Hema ma'am, Sheetal ma'am to recognize me and they give confidence me to I'm capable for this. ನಾನು ಈ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ನ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ನ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಪಬಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. Without Dream a Dream support, I'm nothing. And one more thing I want to share. When I want to travel my dream, I need some scholarship. So in my family, they did not support me. I want to learn makeup artist course, but my family did not support me financially. But Dream a Dream full confidently supported me. They financially helped me to build my career as a makeup artist. They give scholarship me. I completed my course. In 2023, proudly I can tell I am a makeup artist now. So I am working as a makeup artist. I am traveling out. I never traveled out of station. Once I learned makeup artist and once I traveled with Dream a Dream, my career, I am traveling now Andhra, Tamil Nadu. I am doing bridal makeup, guest makeup, party makeup. Means something I know about myself is worth now. Because I want to tell one thing. Love your life will be love you too. When you hate your life will be hate you too. When in my past I hate myself lot, I did not get nothing. Now I'm loving my life. I'm getting many, many things.
Thank you, Reggie. Thank you. Rajeshwari, can you just tell us one little bit about the actual the book, the act of telling the story? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I want to thank to Connie ma'am and Vishal sir because my story came in this book. They recognized me to know the whole world. Now the book, I'm very proud to share this moment because my story came in this book. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಈ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಇನ್ನೂ 20 ಯಂಗ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಇದೆ. ವೆನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಗಲಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಬಟ್ more than me, many young people are suffering many problems. But in the Dream a Dream support, they are came into achieve their dreams. So ಆವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಆಯಿತು, ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಬುಕ್ಕಿಂದ ನಾನು ಏನು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಥರ ಇನ್ನೂ ತುಂಬ ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎದ್ದು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಆಗಿ ತೊಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಯಂಗ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿನ ನಾನು ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೈರ್ ಆಗಿ ತೊಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಕೋನಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಟೋರಿನ ಬಂದು ಈ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಬಂದು ಅವರು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬುಕ್ ಮೂಲಕ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ವಿಶಾಲ್ ಸರ್ಗೆ, ಕೋನಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಎ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ತುಂಬ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನು thanks to
Perfect. Thank you, Raji. Thank you so much. So you can see this first layer, right? This is that layer in the book of this stories of transformation. Now, Revana, can I ask you to go next? And would you tell us a little bit about I mean, you know maybe more than anyone what is at the heart of this work. And I'd love if you could talk to us a little bit about the core values at Dream a Dream and how you see them in this work, how you see them in this book.
Yeah, sure. So book, it's not only tell the story, it gives the essential and values of what a caring and compassionate adult required. So I proudly say that, dad helped me to become a caring and compassionate dad. So in that, so all 20 stories had...
Wait a second, what did you say?
Dream a Dream helped me to become a caring and compassionate father.
You mean you just became a father?
So in that, so there is a how to trust the young people, how to create a safe space for the young people, how to respect and create that opportunity for young people to make healthy choices. So when caring and compassionate adults provide that safe space, those safe space enable young people to overcome their adversity and thrive in fast-changing world. So in that, so all story talks about equity. All story are a true story. We didn't added anything. So it provided a dignity for each and every person who shared their story with a concern with their parents. So it's not only written by the words are written by the authors. The entire story had told by the storytellers who are there in the book. So in that, so the book talks about inclusive. The books talk about dignity. The book also talk about equity. How each young people required a support to overcome adversity and thrive in the fast-changing world. So that's what I feel.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Revana. So you see this, now you can see there's this sort of analysis within the book, this meta level, the values that are within Dream a Dream. Now, Connie, could I turn to you? So you've done something kind of, I want to say magical. I want to say it's magical because it looks on the surface like 20 separate stories, but somehow you've got this emergent story of how the org faced the stories themselves. Could you talk to us about how, first of all, that evolution, but could you also talk about how someone writes a book like this? Because I think it's kind of mind-blowing. And if you could, I think that's probably why we're at the Bangalore Literature Festival, is that this just isn't a recording of stories. You've done something extraordinary.
No, thank you so much for that. And it means a lot because I know Nadia knows the organization well, so this is high praise, and one of the people that I was a little bit afraid of. I wonder what she will think about the book. I wonder if it will do justice to her experience. And this is her first time that I'm hearing this from her directly, so it's wonderful. I think the simple answer is you do it with a team. So it was not me, myself, and I. It was with the whole team of Dream a Dream and everybody contributing the stories of the young people themselves, but also layers and layers and layers, like 7, 8, 9, 10 drafts of this book was written to make sure that the details were captured correctly and that it reflected the reality of what was happening. So that's a simple answer to your question. The second one is just when we first initially conceived of the book, it was about the 20 different stories of the young people. But when I listened to the stories of young people and they commented on particular points in the history of the organization that really impacted them. So for example, one particular event was when Vishal, who was the founder and the head of the organization, transitioned and handed over the leadership to his partner, Sucheta. And that was a particularly significant moment in the organization because they were dealing with not only leadership transition, but transition in terms from a male person to a female person and what that meant to the young people who were witnessing it and what they learned about what it means to be led by women and to have gender equality within the organization. So when something like that was told to me, I thought, this is also a story about how Vishal and Sucheta and the staff of Dream a Dream have responded to the comments and feedback from the organization. And so I basically told the story, arranged the stories in such a way that it not only tells the stories of young people, but it chronologically tells a little bit about the beginning, middle, and end of the organization as it evolves. And I'm so glad that you picked up on it because I think one of the things that was really important to me as someone who's been working in the field of education for a long time is that many people talk about the importance of listening to the young people, and especially now there's so much much more of a focus now about listening to young people. But what I found really valuable and incredible about Dream a Dream and the work that Vishal and his staff have been doing is that they've been leading and doing this since 23 years back. And so there's a depth to their listening in a way that is not just lip service, because often what happens is you ask young people, tell me your story. Oh, thank you very much. And then you just go on and do whatever it is that you wanted to do. But what I heard was they actually changed themselves and changed the organization in response, which again is another level of depth that I think those of us in the education field and actually beyond could learn a lot from. So I was really, again, excited just to, hear that feedback from you that actually came through. So I was really happy.
Connie, thank you so much. I have follow-up questions, but I'm looking at Varsha, so I'm going to move on to Vishal and then see what we can do. Vishal, Connie hinted a little bit at this, but I would love to hear it from your perspective. So a lot of times when you have a very successful NGO, you can look to the founder and say, he's the hero. And there is this character in the book. Vishal is a character in the book. In a way, the eye, not the narrator, but the eyeball of the book is Vishal. But when I read it, it's not a hero's story. It's something else. And I hope I'm not putting you too much on the spot, but can you tell us what that else is? What is that other way of being in leadership that isn't being the hero?
This is a tough question. So the process of kind of reading the book as Connie was writing the drafts, taking it in, was also a process of seeing my own journey as an individual to begin with. I've grown up in a lower middle class family, but with deeply patriarchal values. I am a man who started the organization, who got accolades for the organization that we built. So there were these labels which were deeply patriarchal. But as the book started emerging, it was also a journey for me to become aware of how a patriarchal identity was making me invisible to some of the voices. And how I needed to let go of that and embrace the feminine in me. Embrace aspects of empathy, of listening, do away with aspects of efficiency, effectiveness, scale, growth, and embrace ideas of listening, being slow, going deep, inviting stillness. And this book kind of helped me reflect on that journey of mine over 20 years. There's one simple story. For example, we used to run a rugby program for a group of kids from a slum community. And for multiple organizational reasons, we decided to stop the program. And Ravana was a facilitator in that program. And he went and told the young people that we were going to close down the program. The young people didn't like it. The program was very important for them. They decided to come back to us on a Friday morning, just walked into office, a bunch of young people, put on a projector and showed us a movie of what it meant for the young people in that community to have that program running. And it was a moment of reckoning for me as a leader and for the organization to step back and listen to the young people and accept the fact that young people have to be an integral part of the decisions and choices we make for the organization. So then started a process of negotiation with the young people, and we decided to continue the program for a couple more years, and then we decided to phase it out. The young people themselves, along with Ravana, decided to continue running the program as volunteers in their community for other kids in the community. And today this program, on its own, as a volunteer initiative of young people, has built a bunch of boys who play for the Karnataka rugby team, a bunch of girls who are playing for the India rugby team, a bunch of girls who have got admission into colleges on the sports quota of rugby, and colleges never had rugby teams, now colleges have rugby teams. This was done by young people outside of the organization. So it was also for me a mirror around how much it is so critical that we listen to young people, because they're wise beyond their years. They know what they need in this 21st century. And it's our role to actually step back, let go of our egos, and listen to them. And that became my aspect of witnessing this book.
Thank you. That was all that I hoped for and more in that answer. Thank you, because it leads me, do I have time for one? I think I do. Yes, but she's speaking. We're out of time. I was like, maybe she's talking and I'll get one more question in. We're out of time. Okay. Well, I'll say this last sentence then. I hope that from the five of us, you've gotten a sense that this is not just a record of what has happened at Dream a Dream. I really think this is a blueprint for, I have worked for hundreds of NGOs. I really think this is a blueprint for what an NGO can do when it is self-reflective and honest and includes witnesses with this kind of integrity. This is really written by someone who could see what was going on. So please, if you have a chance to read this book, When We Thrive, Our World Thrives. Thank you, everybody.